And we are live. So good morning. And how are you today? I have, how can I say it? We've come prepared today, as you can see. So, yes, no making the cuppa at the start of the one today. We are all ready to go. So, what a week we've had. Yeah, it's been quite busy. Well, with work and with YouTubing as well. So, I hope everyone liked the old Cosmo video. That seems to have been a bit of a hit. Well, not thousands, obviously, but we try. But I see we had about 400 odd, so that's good. Again, while you're on here, if you're joining, give us a like and drop us any questions, anything you want to chat about, and we'll see how it goes. It's not too bad a day out there today. Weather-wise, it's been quite good. Actually, I was out there this morning doing a bit of gardening. Come on, Lewis. How are you? Good to see you. Let me drop you a little comment. Yeah, good to see you about. Mole King Dozer. Yeah, we'll have to. I'll keep an eye on that. See how you're getting on with that. I've been eyeing up some new models, but yeah, we'll see what we can afford. I've had other expenses since then. So I've had to get myself a new phone, especially with filming for this year. It didn't help that I cracked and broke the other one. So as you can. I suppose you can't see it on the screen, but where are we? But I've cracked all the bottom. But I think with the devices and that I've got, they work better on Apple, so I'm gonna have to move over back to them again. It's rather good for its price, to be fair. Yeah. I've got to check them out actually. So, or I'll keep an eye on yours on Instagram, see how you get on. You'll have bung some more photographs on for us. So, yeah, Lego isn't too cheap really, and I've got to admit, like some of the models I've already got, once you've had them built and you have them stand there on display and that, I've noticed that the plastic doesn't hold together, not like it used to in the old days for us old timers. But I noticed my Concorde, there's a couple of bits that have just fell off, and I'm thinking, well, I haven't touched it. And I did notice that with a couple of my other models. So it's obviously either something to how they design it, build it now, or is it the kind of plastic they use, and is the plastic quality not as good as it was? I assume for these companies, plastic must cost a bit to produce. I think going back to my engineering head, I think actually there used to be a lot of money in moulds in whatever you're building, or someone told me years ago that people who create moulds and do moulds, there's quite a lot of money in that. So, but yeah, we'll see how yours gets on, mate. That'll be interesting to see. So keep the old pictures up on Instagram. I do look. So, and then later on, when or whenever my new device is available for me to pick up, we'll have to go through that wonderful transformation of moving all your stuff from one phone to another. That's always a joy because it never goes right. So how have you been this week, Lewis? Been busy? Mine's been solid. I was out near Royston yesterday, so looking at another new client site. Lego Dozers 350, Mole King 69. Yeah, it's a hell of a price difference. Yeah, Lego is. I'm not saying Lego isn't making the money clearly, but yeah, when you get that these new models, especially when they bring the new models out for the year, which is always just before Christmas. Yeah, they're a bloody lot of money. I mean, there's some sets I have looked at, but they're just so expensive. And also, that's all right if you got the room to put them somewhere. When did you build them? Because as you said, that Concorde's bloody huge. I have. I keep getting. I must get round to it. I've got another model to build yet. That is on my my ending list of things to do. So I will get round to it. It's another one of the smaller kind of models, a bit like the one you did, Lewis, Belowed. But I've got another one. I'm not going to sit here and try and pronounce what it was because I can't remember how to pronounce it now. But yeah, so. Now, are we doing any filming this weekend? I'm not sure. I might try and do some this weekend, possibly tomorrow. We'll have to see what we're doing. It'd be nice to go out and do one. Just going to check what the weather is. What is the weather for tomorrow? I was I'm busy with appearance today, but tomorrow we may have some time. And 50% chance of rain tomorrow. Great. Let's just have a look. When is that? If that could rain in the morning, not the afternoon, that'd be handy. No, actually, the afternoon is only 5%, so we may be in luck. So, yes, we will see. We will see. But yeah, going back, I was out in the garden this morning. I'm slowly trying to clear an area that has completely got took over by nature. And it's taken many brown bins. I think we're filled up brown bin number 4 now. I think it's 3 or 4. I think it's 4. It's just hawthorn and that. It's an absolute nightmare. That and ivy. If anything survives a nuclear explosion, that's going to be ivy and hawthorn, along with pigeons. But yeah, we're slowly getting there, hacking away at it. Takes quite a bit of time, and as I'm finding on my hands, quite a lot of cuts. So, but yeah, we want to slowly try and clear that, and then I'm sure I still got a thorn in my arm somewhere. I can't feel it now. I suddenly get a prick on my arm. Anyway. So yeah, so we'll slowly try to clear that, and then we'll spray it and make sure we've killed everything off, and then we'll see what we're going to do there. I'm not sure what we're going to do over there. I did think about sheeting it and then shingling it all, but not 100% certain what we'll do there. Now you can have grass, but obviously you have to keep cutting that, don't you? I'll either need a team of guinea pigs or goats. Obviously the kids are all grown up, so I don't need swings or anything now. So, but yeah. But no, I've missed out on several cuppas today because obviously we've been out in the garden. So, yeah. But anyway, while we're doing the live stream, if you've got any questions, anything you want to bung over, send over to us. I'm happy to answer. And tomorrow, I'm just debating where we could possibly go. I would like to go near the coast again. I think maybe. I think I've done a lot of the dog walk bits. Although we do need to go back to West Runkton again and do that one again. But that's not an easy drive to get to, that one. Especially underfoot. I mean, you could do it for 4x4 where the car park is. That's a National Trust site. Not far from West Runcton, actually. Well, I say because it's not far because it's at West Runcton. But I mean, it's not far from the coast. I suppose you could technically walk to the beach. It's a lot longer walk, I think, than Sheringham Park. But yeah. So, but if not, yeah, we've got a long list of places we want to go and visit. So, and like I said, I was out Royston Way yesterday, so I was just hunting around, see if I could see any good places of interest. Because when we go and find places, we like to find places that either when you go, you know, you will be interested in watching, or stuff that, you know, we perhaps think no one's filmed or not filmed for a long time. I normally try and do a bit of a search on YouTube just to see if anyone has kind of recently do it. I don't particularly want to go to places if someone has recently filmed it. So, but if it's not been filmed for quite a while, then that's maybe worth it. So, but yeah, interesting content out of the norm. Because obviously everyone goes and hits all the big tourist places, and I mean we can go and do them anytime. I wanted just to go out in the sticks and out in the ordinary where people haven't been. But yeah, we're still up for the dog walks. I'm still trying to research some more of them. But you need a bit of local knowledge on some of them. So, but we have got a holiday coming up next month. So hopefully we can get out a bit more and get some more filming done for you. Just trying to pick and choose some places. There's some places I want to go, but unfortunately there's a bit of cost to that. So we will get them done as we can. So, but anyway, yeah. Going back, hope you liked the Cosmo one. That was interesting, and it was kind of good to see that particularly the food quality wasn't actually any better than what it was last time. So yes, they've refurbed it, but that's about where it ends. But it still amazed me the quality of it, that it still gets packed. I don't get it. Although I've always joked and said Cosmo's ready for students and young people. Because I think they'll just sit there and eat any old crap, really. But again, so did I when I was that age. But yeah, we'll have to keep an eye on the Lego sites, see what ones they bring out this year, if anything. I haven't checked recently to see what they've got going for this year. But weather-wise, yeah, that's quite mild today. You could feel it was warmer outside today. I think what's that saying, about 11 degrees here at the moment. We definitely had rain last night. But yeah, I did what I've been that busy this morning. I haven't even had breakfast yet. Totally forgot. I was actually so busy in the garden. Now, should I do any filming in the garden? I debated that today. I thought, should I film any of this? But I thought it's just me pulling hawthorn down. I don't think anyone's interested in that, really. But who knows? You never know on YouTube. YouTube, anyone could be interested at any time. Oh dear. It's just hard to think February's nearly gone already. We've nearly cleared 2 months out of the way already. I'm just thinking it's only 4 months away. Yes, where are we now? February, March. Yes, 4 months away, and we're going to take you on a big one. So the countdown's on. We're getting there. Nearly 2 months done. We're getting close. So yeah, on our big trip for the year, we're going in June. Again, we'll give you details nearer the time. And no, it's not Tenerife. But yeah, really excited about the one this year. And there's going to be lots of room reviews on this one. So it should be fun. Don't want to go too much over it because we've already spoke about it on the Fool of Lives before. So I'll shut up on that now. But yeah, I was just getting a bit excited because we're nearly cleared February at the moment, which is 4 months away now. I'm not clock watching, obviously. But yeah, it should be fun. So, but yeah, garden wise, we've still got a bit more to do. I think I've done about a third of it now. Just feels like it's taking forever. This is garden and voyeur, and it just it seems to take forever. I'm doing it in small little chunks because I find I do quite often lose interest in doing the garden. So I find if I do it in smaller chunks, and I don't tend to lose the interest quick. I shouldn't do because my parents love doing gardening, but unfortunately that's not been passed on to me. I just find it a bit of a chore. But I suppose once weather picks up, that's a bit better. So, have we got anyone else joined at the moment? No, it seems pretty quiet. I suppose everyone's having a lay-in. Or they're out shopping. Like I said, I'll be out in a few hours' time. If I do find anything interesting, I will film it for you. We could even do a short today. Might do a short today, actually. So I've not done one of them for a while. People seem to like the shorts. I'm not going to say I'm a big fan of shorts. I've held off for quite a while, and then I played about with one the other day. Because I'm not going to say I'm too au fait with shorts, but that's on YouTube, obviously not what we're wearing. But yeah, we did do one at the Brick Kilns pub on Valentine's night. So bit of a virgin on the old shorts, but we might do another one today. We'll see how it goes. It could be interesting. Could get into these lives. Into these shorts even. Been obsessed with bloody lives, aren't I? Oh dear. Yeah, it's good to see my room review from Tenerife is going well. Obviously, we can tell that people are booking holidays at the moment. Because I can see that people have obviously been checking out room reviews, which is what we're doing for. It's good to do the room reviews. Obviously, I'm not monetized. I have to pay for it all myself. So obviously, I can give you a full independent review. And if it's really good, we'll give it a thumbs up and it's good. And if it's really crap, I'll tell you. So, but yes, good to see people are utilising the information. The only thing I hate when you go on these holidays, or when you're starting to maybe book holidays, and you'll go on the travel agent sites and you see their version of the video of where you're looking at going, and that's always some architect perfect view of everything. Everything's always perfect, and I just think, yeah, really, is it? So that's why I normally would rather look at smaller channels. And because the chance the tips I use, one, if it's a smaller channel, the chances are they're not monetized, so you're going to get a good independent review. And again, if they're a smaller channel, the chances are where they're going, what they're videoing, they've had to pay for it themselves, and you'll get a lot more honest review. It's not to say that some of the others aren't, but it's I just find if people have gone somewhere and they've literally had to pay it out themselves, and the chances are they're just going to tell you how it is, which is what I do. So at the moment, I can kind of do that where I can give you the honest reviews, and I don't have to do what sponsors tell me. So, but nice if any sponsors are out there. No, I don't see that ever happen. Not at my level. So, but yeah, no. So I did not thought that was starting to rain out there then, but that's no, it's okay. Are we getting any higher than 11 today? But yeah, we are going out for a cuppa today with the parents. So we'll be at like I said, do a short. We'd like a cuppa on the channel. No, we got fun. Actually, do you know what, today, this afternoon, looks like that's better for filming than what tomorrow will be. But it's the only thing I don't like with these weather apps, because they change every year. You can kind of look at them before you go out, and that's like they change every few minutes. And yeah, and you just think, right, I've just checked that, and I'm now here, and it's now doing completely the opposite. We kind of did that at West Runton. That the weather was meant to be okay, and then we got there and it wasn't. So. Oh dear, you can't win. You would think with modern technology and these apps that would be a bit more kinder up to date, and it always kinder isn't. So I get a bit wary with weather apps. I think a lot of time you're better sticking your head out the door and sort of thinking what you think it might be. Decide on what you think it might be. Oh dear. No, we're not one for doing product reviews, as you know. Although actually I've still got some dog food ones to do yet. Another video I still haven't got around to doing yet. But I think I mentioned before about this Pixel Watch. You can't say it too well. Pixel Watch 3 I've got. What I have noticed with it, a big plus, actually the battery lasts nearly 2 days. I'm not going to say I'm a heavy user of it, as in I do definitely find if you do lots of sports activities and that, any of these sport watches doing sports activities seems to eat the battery like anything. But for general day-to-day use, what I have noticed is, because I kind of tested this watch out, I was just gonna. Now, bear in mind, I haven't charged this now for about a day. Yeah, about a day and a half. Because I took it off the charger at 8 o'clock yesterday morning, and I haven't charged it at all, and it's still got 45% on it. So, although we will charge it at lunchtime, I think. But yeah, I have kind of found the Pixel watches nearly lasting 2 days without charging with general use. So I think that's quite good, because my Apple Watch never did that. And I suppose my Apple Watch is getting on a bit now. What's that, 24? So I suppose Apple Watch is perhaps a couple of years old now. But yeah, that never lasted that long. So, but yeah, but I don't mind the Pixel Watch. That's quite good. I'm moving back to Apple, so I'll have to give it up and go back to the Apple Watch anyway. But yeah. So, but just a little point to add. Good one for Google there. Hi mate, how are you? Yeah, I couldn't get a live done yesterday because I was out with work, seeing a new client yesterday, so it was quite busy, and I was on the road most of yesterday. Morning, AG. Especially if I spell morning. Let's try again. Love quick typing. Oh dear. Yeah, I couldn't get a live in yesterday, so I thought, you know, I'll do one today. But I was out in the garden this morning, so I thought I must get that done. If not, I'll just lose the motivation to do any gardening. Thank you for the likes. And I thought, well, if I work absolutely sucks. Yeah, to be fair, mate, that's I think that's about 11 degrees here. It's not raining yet. I was out in the garden this morning, so. But yeah, I was literally on the road all day yesterday. So, and I thought, well, if I get one this morning, then I won't get in the way of seeing your chip shop one later on. That was my plan and thinking. And then plus, I'll make this afternoon for a little bit anyway. But yeah, I thought I'll kind of time it this morning. Then I can have some lunch, and then we'll be going out. And then I thought, actually, I'll be able to tune into Jamie's one later on. That was the thinking, anyway. But yeah, I think that's chips for us tonight. Yeah. Yeah, we've got to tune into the chippy, mate. I might go a bit in and out. So, but I'm perhaps going to try and get a short filmed later. As I just said earlier on this, I'm a bit of a virgin on the old shorts, but we'll try and get another one done today. So yeah, it'll be good. But I must get round. I still got this Lego model to start yet and film that. Just ain't got round to doing it. So, but anyway, we will get there. So, how are you? Hey, what time do you have to go and get your chippy ready then, mate? Or is that mid-afternoon? So you're talking about chips, I could eat them now, but I've got to wait actually till 2:00. So. Yeah, I've got a few ideas. What I want to do. I'm hoping the weather. There's a chance the weather may hold out for tomorrow. But I know I'm quite out and about a bit next week on the road with work, so there's a good chance that we'll be able to get out and find some more places. I'll stick in the church as well. Chippy's open now till 2. Oh, right. Oh, okay. Yeah. I've got them. Actually, I'm looking forward to eating some chips later. Yeah, I'll Chippy around the corner. I think it's about 4:30. I think he opens, or 4, 4:30, something like that. You sort of have it on the brain now. But yeah, I've got to admit, why do I film inside the churches? Good point. People have asked, Lewis, so I will tell you my thinking on that. Well, not thinking, what I've read. When I first come into this YouTubing bit, when I read up, learning all the endless copyright and all these other bloody bits and pieces that us YouTubers have to abide by if we want to be good and keep a channel. Filming outside of churches is absolutely fine because it's public arena and that kind of thing. What I read up, now I can't sit here and say it's 100% true. I can only tell you what I read. But what I read is to go in churches, if you're just filming privately for your own content, your own personal use, that's absolutely fine within reason, being sensible with it. But what I did read online, if you're going into churches to do it as a YouTube channel where you're going to be doing it publicly, maybe even monetized, you have to be invited or get permission to go in and do. Whether that's 100% right, I don't know. And yes, the chances are you could go into churches and just do it and take the risk I'm unfortunately still new to all this, and I'm afraid I'm not heavily taking the risk. If you check my back catalogue on the Terrington St Clement videos, you will see the Methodist Church there, where I was invited in by the Reverend there, who did take me round. She didn't want to appear on camera, but she did take me round. So I did film, and that one was fine because I was invited in. She has invited me into another series that I'm going to be doing very soon. I have raised it. I'm going to be doing a village next door to Terrington St Clement called Clenchwarton. I've already reached out to the group on Facebook, who have already given me lots and lots of information, and I'm not going to go into it on here because I want to give people a good surprise. Hi JBM, how are you? Good to see you join. When we get into 1,000, I can dream, mate. I'd like to get to the 1,000. But yeah, really thanks for seeing you in the chat. Let me just yeah, so I've got a little surprise when I start filming this Clenchwarton one at the church, just because I've been given some really good information actually from the locals. Although I know a bit of Clenchwarton because my grandparents lived there when I was young. So I'm gonna be filming there very soon. I'm just waiting for the Facebook group locals to give if they want to give me any more info before I crack on there. But like I said, the Methodist Church that I went to in Tarrington, they have one in Clenchwarton, and they did invite me in. So I just need to connect back up with the Reverend, and I know she said she wanted to take me around that one, so that one will be coming as well. You can tell I'm a typist, can't you? No. Hi, Alpha. How are you getting on? I wasn't sure whether you joined today, Alpha. I don't know whether you youngsters would still be in bed or not, like I used to be at your age on a Saturday. When we went into little horsey chairs. Oh, wow, that's interesting, Lewis. Yeah. Yeah, tell us a bit more about that. Hawks. Is that down your end then, Lewis, that church? I'll perhaps have to come down there. I want to do more in Suffolk. And the spooky bits. Now I could go into a bit of my history on that, but I'll perhaps do that privately with you, Lewis. Actually, because there's a lot of content I can give you on the spooky stuff. I wasn't really going to do it as part of my channel, because I've got a bit of background in that actually. But I thought lots of channels are doing all that already. So just woke up about 20 minutes ago. It was your dad's birthday. Well, happy birthday to your dad, Alva. Oh dear. Yeah, as long as you keep it in like all teenagers, mate. But yeah, Lewis, yeah, drop me a line. Perhaps we can have a chat about that stuff. I think you should talk about the spooky stuff on Mars. Yeah, no. How do I want to do this? Depends how much you believe on the spooky stuff. You guys will have to let me know how much you believe on the spooky stuff or not, because I know some people are well into it and believe into it, and some people kind of aren't. So, have I been, Alpha? Yeah, I've been pretty good, mate. So. Okay, so Spooky stuff you're dying to know, Lewis. Right. I don't do it now, but quite a while ago, I think actually it feels like years ago now, I did used to do psychic mediumship stuff. I did have that ability. I don't practice it or do any of it now, and I don't. It's the gift wise, it's not very much present now. But I was well into it at one point, and I did do lots of readings for people and places we'd been to, and all I'll say is I did gain knowledge about lots of things that I had no prior knowledge of. And yeah, it was quite interesting. I'll put it that way. But like I said, I know some people don't believe all that, and some do, and that. And like I said, I don't practice it now. So, and like I said, I don't feel like there's odd bits I feel at times, but it's strength wise, it's maybe like about 1% now to what it was then. Wonder if I can jump that bit. Yeah, it's all interesting stuff, Lewis. Like I said, I've been round to people's houses when they've had these sort of spiritual issues, and I have sensed and I think it may help some of it. So, all right. So yeah, no, that sounds quite interesting, Lewis. But yeah. But no, at one time, yeah, I was full on into it, and I did do a workshop with, oh God, don't you love being old? I can't remember his name now. There was a guy who come to Norwich and he did a spiritual workshop for up and coming mediums. What's his name? No, I can't remember his name now. But yeah, no, I've always kind of had an ability, one way or another, and I knew that since I was junior school age. And I can remember telling my friends when we was in the schoolyard a couple of predictions that was 20 years away. Well, nearly 20 years away, and no lie, that was actually how it happened. All right, that's interesting, Alpha. Yeah, but yeah, no, I was full on. But like I said, I've always known I've had an ability, and I think my auntie had it as well. But like I said, there was a few predictions that I told my friends when I was at junior school, and even now I can remember doing it. I would have been about 9 or 10. And later on in life, in my late 20s, these predictions actually it did fall how I said. So it was quite interesting. Yeah, wasn't as many used to probably never knows when someone dies. Yeah, I've been on a few people who've passed, and I have sensed things. I have seen things. I have even now in often that I would say I've seen because there's when you see ghosts, sometimes people see the actual image in front of them, and then when you're a medium, you see it all within. So it's not like it's out in front like you see on telly kind of thing. But I can definitely remember when my auntie passed in a hospice home. I definitely saw a silhouette image of her father, my grandfather, next to her for a few minutes was there, and then suddenly it all disappeared, and that was when she went. And I've never been one of these celebrity televised kind of. When I've done readings, I've always been honest with it. If I see stuff, I will tell you. information I'll give you, and if I feel absolutely nothing, then I feel nothing, because I know there's a lot of people go out there and just make stuff up, or they'll try and feed off you the information and then they just expand on it, and I don't do that. To me, if I don't get anything, I don't get anything. But like I said, I don't do any of that anymore. But yeah, there's lots and lots of stories I could tell you of stuff I've done. What was another good little story I can tell you? I was chatting to a woman once. Trying to think what we was talking about now, dogs, I think, or something. And then out of the blue, I started getting a feeling come over, and I said to her, I said, no disrespect or nothing, but I said to her, I said, do you practice witchcraft? I said, and I get this feeling that if you do, you are a high priestess. And no word of a lie, she then started reeling over this white witch stuff she did, and she did say for her little like coven kind of thing. I said, I'm not really up on witch stuff and that, but she did say that she wasn't now, but she used to be a practicing high priestess. And literally that was the information I was given. Never knew anything about it or about this woman, didn't know anything about her background at all, and that is the God's honest truth. Yeah, I would not want to know about the food, you know. No, sometimes it's not good reading about yourselves, and it did feel a bit disheartened when that gift kind of left me. I know there's odd little remnants I get every now and again, but it really is such a low level part of it now, that yeah, I don't kind of get very much anymore. So, but I also know that it's there, and I suppose if you really wanted to get into it again, maybe it would come back. So, but we all move on in life. So, where are we? That's really interesting stuff, Lewis. Yeah. I would not want none future. So the predictions I made when I was in at school. So the first one came out was I have an older brother, and I knew the prediction that I had then, which I did tell my friends then. I said, I don't believe my brother will ever have children. And to this day, he hasn't. And another one, I said that I definitely would have one child, and I've had two. And I said the first one I have would be a girl, which it was. And these were all things that come to me when I was about 9 or 10. So, and no word of a lie, that is how so far it has all come out. So, so yeah, it's all really interesting stuff. But yeah, another little bit of me that you guys wouldn't have known about, but I've now let you know. But you don't have to panic because I don't do it anymore. But you do, when you do get into that, and if you do have that gift, and yeah, you really need to be careful with it. You really need to practice all your protection measurements and everything else, because I'm still a great believer. I don't care what science tells us. I'm still a great believer that I know mankind thinks it knows everything, but we do. And I just think there's some things we're not meant to work out. But that's my opinion. So, produce something to him when you go. Yeah, it can happen like that, Lewis. Like I said, we think we know everything about the world, and I can tell you we really don't. There's lots of stuff I saw on that, and I also know that I was a very low level kind of medium, and I certainly know anything that really was bad out there, I was not experienced enough in mediumship to deal with that, and I wouldn't go anywhere near it. So It was a bit of a tough leap, but one time shivering wreck for all. Yeah, it really can. You can be the greatest, hardest kind of person in the world, but you cannot deal with this stuff when you're spiritually attacked, um, and things like that, because you can't see it. There's not a lot you can do about it, um, and I'm not saying you can't cure it, but I have known it does affect people mentally, and they sometimes never ever get over it. They really don't, um, and it can affect you. But again, everything that I did then, it's not that I can prove any of it either. So, people kind of believe in that or not. Unfortunately, it's just a bit sad because there is a lot of people out there who are trying to cash in on it, who are trying to, um, sort of, should I say, scam, really. But then they're kind of trying to lead people on with it. I never led people on with it. I was totally honest with it. Like I said, I've felt stuff or I didn't. I never, ever once charged financially anyone for it. To me, it was a gift from up above that clearly I was born with. And I would never charge for it. To me, not what you did. Well, my opinion, I didn't. I thought it's not a gift that you just go and train and do. You either have the ability or you don't. So yeah, there is always fear. And like I say, when you are, because there's two sides to mediumship. Like I said, I'm not 100% expert on it, but you have one's called psychic mediums, and then you have one's called spiritualist mediums. Spiritualist mediums will be the one who go to the spiritualist churches and are part of that being and that element side, and then you have psychic mediums, which are the ones who are not attached to churches, and that's it's not based on religion kind of thing. It's the same kind of work, similar. I'm sure more experts will give you a better idea than me, explanation wise. But like I said, psychic mediums, they're not religious people, they're just atheist kinds of people. And then they just read and do that kind of thing. But yeah, when I started doing it, I had the feelings and gifts. Mine was more clairsentient than anything at all. Because you can get lots of different ones, but I did end up going to the mediumship, and I did have the other parts to it as well. So, and I also could see auras as well, but you can actually learn to see auras. That bit most people can do, and you just need to learn how to do it. It does take a time and a lot of meditation and knowing how to do it. So, but one thing I did read up is that auras are an actual thing, and I'm trying to think when it was now, but you'd have to read up on it, because I read up on it when I was doing it. But some scientist or inventor has invented a camera that can actually photograph people's auras. That one is fact. You can read up on it. But yeah, they've done photographs, and you can actually see the auras around. How can I do it? Like around the outsides of you. So yeah, but look it up. Really interesting stuff. When the priest get involved, he was with him. Yeah, sometimes it can be as quick as that, Lewis, and sometimes it's not. But again, depends what spirit is. Depends what you're being attacked with. So it's not to say that there isn't stuff out there, but most of the time it's not always as bad as what you see on telly. And I can also tell you from my experience how they portray ghosts and how you see stuff on telly, which they have to do it for you to see it, is not always how a medium would see it at all. Not at all. And also you've got to remember when priests come in, they're doing it on the religious side. and that kind of thing is okay if that person, that entity, whatever it is religious as well. So because if they're not impacted with religion, then sometimes that doesn't always go, which is why sometimes you need a psychic or a spiritualist medium to come in as opposed to a priest. So sometimes priests can help, and sometimes, not in all cases, but sometimes a priest coming in can actually make the situation worse in the house, believe it or not. So they will do what they can do, but you got to remember they just follow the church in the Bible, and what's the bloody word I'm trying to think of? When they do exorcisms and that, but you've got to remember, if this entity or this element in the house is not impacted by religion, it's not going to do anything at all. And it might help and clear a little bit, but it may not. Just a little tip there. So because like I said, priests and mediums are two different people covering two different elements, two different trades, if you like. So and it has been known, and I have read, where you can get a priest to come in and cleanse your house, and it can actually make it worse. So sometimes, if you can find a good trusted medium, sometimes it's worth just spending a bit of money to get them to come in to at least find out what you're actually dealing with first, because them coming in is not. Sometimes you can bring a medium in and it's not always going to impact what the issue is in the house. It's not going to stir it up, where bringing a priest in could stir up the entity, especially if the issue you've got in the house is completely against religion. So yeah, anyway, hopefully I haven't bored everyone with that one, but yeah, thanks for the likes on here. So is there anything else anyone would like to ask? Don't know. I mean, like I said, I haven't ever really talked about it, and because I don't kind of practice it and do it anymore, I've never really. Well, I wouldn't do on YouTube then anyway. So to me, I'm neutral about it, if ghosts exist or not. What I can say is, and like I started saying, I don't generally see apparitions all that in front of me, and I've only ever seen it once. And if you ever do go, and it can, I'd like to say it didn't shock me that it scared me, because I've seen or known things around me since I was a very, very young age. So to me, they're just about, and it, it's just a normal day. Did it affect my life much? Yes and no. You had to learn how to deal with it. You can get very, very emotional at times. You can get all the different emotions out of it, and you have to let it go. But you can learn to do exercises to kind of offload it, as well as protect yourself. And there's lots of phases you would learn. Learn mediumship takes a long time anyway. Yes, you can have the gift. You could just naturally be an excellent one and have an excellent gift, but you've still got to learn, I suppose, to look at it simple in terms, and not well, it is jokingly, but in jokingly, in a kind of a way. It's a bit like bloody Harry Potter. You may have the gift, but you have to go and learn how to use that gift, how to protect it, how to use it properly. Because you might want to be arrogant with it and know how to use it, but also you can end up doing damage to yourself if you don't learn how to do it properly. So yeah. Trying to think what I was going to say earlier. Oh. But yeah. Anyway, that's it. Let's go back. I'll just come back to me. Yeah, so I've only ever once seen an apparition kind of in front of me, and this was when we was visiting the Tower of London once, and I'm trying to think what it's called now. It's basically where Sir Walter Raleigh was imprisoned, and I'm trying to remember the name of the building within the complex of the Tower of London. I think that was White something it was called. Anyway, you'll have to look it up. But we went and visited there. Now, bearing in mind, I've been in this place quite a few times in my life. And there was one time we went in there visiting, and I happened to look, because when you go into where he was imprisoned, you come into the room, it's roped off, and then you look over, and then you can see his bedding area and the fireplace and everything else. And no word of a lie, I literally saw from the feet up to about the knee height, I actually saw two legs walk across the room, and no lie, it wasn't like it was slightly fuzzy. This was literally, with my eyes, I saw it plain as anything. And not only that, that was even dressed in the kind of dress they would have worn then, with the kind of long socks and that sort of thing they used to wear. And no lie, I see these legs walk from right to left across the room, and then they just kind of disappeared. And that was the first and only time I've ever seen an actual, what we would call, ghost. And what's even funnier, I've visited this room so many times. But yeah, another little story for you. But the rest of the time, when I've done stuff in mediumship, it's all within, and it's like info that they say, like in your mind's eye and things like that. And it is true. And some people can picture stuff. And a quick tip to learn, part of my training I did. Now, if you want to see what kinds of ability you've got, some people have feeling, and some people can hear things. Some people can picture images, and a lot of mediumship stuff they do, they get gifted the images. So a little practice thing you can do. So if you think of some numbers, if you can pick some numbers, and then even keeping your eyes open, but within your mind, if you can picture what that number shape, as if you was writing it, actually, if you can see that just in your mind, what they call your mind's eye, then you're already on your way. Some people can do it and some can't. But if you can think of, say, number 4, and then you can see that image in your mind, what number 4 looks like, that would be, if you can do that, no lie, that is exactly how you were given stuff. There you go, Alpha. You're already on your way, mate. I'll notate you, but this is some of the exercises and things you do to do that. So yeah. So Alpha, you're on your way, mate. But yeah, but that's literally how it's done. And these are the exercises the top mediums and that will take you through, and the books will take you through as you slowly take your way through it. So yeah. Okay, we're slowly getting there. We've got a few more minutes to go. So if there's anything else, I'm just trying to think what else you can. The clear sentient, the clear feeling bits you can do. Let me just go and stop this washing machine for that. Now, another little exercise you can do. Now, this can take a lot of practice to do, but basically you need to close your eyes, and then if you get your hands, and if you put them together, if you can, you should be able to slowly feel an energy field, and you can feel your other hand there without actually touching your other hand. At one point I could slightly do it, but it's even for me it was kind of hard and took a lot of practice. But because with these auras we have energy fields around us, again, fact, not fiction, that one's fact. You can check that one. But yeah, you can actually do it, and you can actually, as you draw closer, you can actually, but to do it properly, like I said, you got to have your eyes closed, and it takes a lot of practice. But yeah, you can actually feel pushing of the energy. So another little practice bit for you anyway. A little bit of homework for you. Right, so check this also if I think of someone. Yeah. And another quick one before we end today. I have done numerology. Now that one you don't particularly need any gift. You just need to read up on it. There is an exercise you can do, and it will give you lots of different questions, but you have to be honest with your answers, and then it will produce a number. And no word of a lie, I went through the whole sheet once and did that. And literally, and it'll come out with the answer and what your life is actually like, what you are as a person. And no lie, I did this numerology, and actually at the end, literally what it came out with was exactly how my life has been and how it is. Quite interesting stuff for you. You can tell this is an important. Yeah, it was. It was a good chunk, and still kind of is, I suppose, Lewis. So, anyway, we're going to call it for today. I will leave this live. Thanks ever so much for everyone who's joined, and thanks for the likes and the little hearts and everything else. It's been really great, and thanks for joining. So, we'll do another live very soon. And it's been good that we've had lots of people on this one. So again, thanks everyone much. Thanks to everyone who has joined the channel, who's subscribed. It really is good that people have subscribed and helped me pushing my new one along. We're trying to get there. We're trying to get to 1,000, but we're hundreds and hundreds of. But we're going to give it a go. Lots more content to come. I will see all you wonderful people very soon. I'll hopefully catch up on Jamie's a bit later as well. So I'll leave you in peace for Saturday. Thanks again, and I'll catch you very soon.